Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
We are the Megazord of podcasting.
I think that's fair to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a controversial. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with us.
Yeah,
we are the Megazord.
Yeah, I'm whichever dinosaur was the right nut.
Yeah. We're a Megazord in the sense that we're like five teens together, mushed together.
Just mushed together into one sort of mass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Into a gob.
Mm-hmm.
Teen
Just a real
gob.
gob.
Yeah.
One of the teens is a sword.
The original title.
Teen gobs, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
what is happening?
Imagining that giant floating head coming down to Earth. Rangers, you must mush together in a glob in order to defeat the buddies.
Teen gob. Yeah, to defeat the buddies. All right.
You must become the new flesh. What?
David Cronenberg.
Yes.
Teen gob. Oh, that's great.
Oh, man.
I like that. I like that for us. We're giddy. We're giddy for some reason.
We're giddy for some reason, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people listening to this will know that this is right when Netflix announced that The Judge is number 7.
Yeah. A fish. It's a fish. Big news.
The Judge, man. Number 7 on Netflix.
Judge. I have contributed to 2 viewings of that number 7 figure.
Yeah, we did our part with The Judge.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah, The Judge is just frequently on in the background in my house.
Oh, yeah.
Doing my part.
If you're listening to this podcast, put on The Judge while you listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
It'll sync up.
Yeah, like Dark Side of the Moon.
100%.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
We're on the episode of Hypecast!
Hypecast.
The show where we get hyped about stuff and things. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm the other one, David Bell. Seen any good news lately, Tom?
None at all.
Yeah.
I guess our co-host today is Joy?
Joy, yeah. Yeah, we
haven't had it on in a while.
This was by design. I had butt stuff this week. And I was like, let's not even have a guest. It's fine. And that's it. That's the story. If you want to hear about that
no
butt
further
stuff,
elaboration required.
Yeah, if you want to hear, listen to the next episode of Star Trek: The Next Futurama. That'll talk about the butt stuff more. That is on our Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. There, we plugged something like a guest would.
Hey, we did it. We figured it out, man.
Yeah.
How you doing? By the way,
I'm better.
Yeah.
Better than I was yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
I slept literally 12 hours. I had the worst headache of my entire life. It was terrible. It was truly a terrible. It wasn't like the worst day ever, but it was one of the worst days.
Real awful experience.
Yeah, I tweeted about it. The short answer is they delayed my colonoscopy, and everybody's by 5.5 hours. And if you know what a colonoscopy is, you know why that is just borderline criminal to do. I saw a lot of people, like I tweeted out, being like, well, they had to say there was probably an emergency. They saved someone's lives. I can see someone thinking that. It was all plastic surgery, Tom. the you know when they after they drug you, they put you in the room with all the people who've gone like before you.
Mm-hmm.
It's all facelifts. It's a Culver City hospital. I waited 5.5 hours, presumably because of a series of elective surgeries. So, yeah,
Sweet.
Just feeling like a real Ted Kaczynski. I keep making terrorism jokes on podcasts. I probably shouldn't, and yet here I am doing that again.
If the CIA wasn't already listening, they are now.
Yeah, they are.
Should we name
I said it like a joke.
Speaking of the CIA, should we name some producers?
Yeah, we should. I am so fucking off, by the way. All right. Podcasting. Big thank you to @NerdNumbers. Thank you. Thank you to Zero Charisma. Thank you to Aaron Burser.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to AJ.
Thank you.
Thank you to Andrew. Guilty verdict deserves more hype, McGuire.
Thank you.
We don't have a guest. Sorry, Andrew. I don't mean to put that on you. Thank you to Andrew Howe. Can make me say anything. Poopy. He gets mad with power.
Thank you.
Thank you to Asking Seven.
Thank you.
Thank you to Bob Grenville.
Thank you. Let me swoop in here. Thank you to Bootler Bootlesson.
Thank you.
Thank you to Brian, who Tom knows.
Thank
you to Brockway loves the meat millie.
Thank you.
Thank you to Burrito wants you to drink water, hit the gym, and do the ska because they loves y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you to Chester's Prophet.
Thank you.
Thank you to Christopher Robert Sparks, Esquire.
Thank you.
Thank you to Dan Hackroyd.
Thank you.
And thanks to David Knife Boot Hinson.
Boot. Thank you.
All right.
Quick disclaimer: I haven't had time to update. If I've gotten messages, like I said, I've been fucking out. So if you made an adjustment, butt stuff. If you made an adjustment, just know it'll be updated next time. All right.
Yeah.
Trailers. We got trailers.
We do. We have a couple.
Yeah, we'll crank through them. It was more like
Sadly,
movie news. I had to like turn away movie news because there was
to
so
turn
much.
them away at the door. Sorry, we're at capacity.
Yeah.
We let all these trailers in first. We didn't expect such a rush.
Yeah. Our first trailer is Wolves. This is the reuniting of George Clooney and Bradley Pitt, directed by John Watts, who made a bunch of Spider-Mans.
He sure did.
He also made Cop Car, and I forgot he had done The Onion, their videos. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he also do 500 Days of Summer?
I don't think so. I think that's the other Spider-Man.
That's the other.
That's the other guy.
That was the Andrew Garfield one.
Yeah, I think so. And this guy, he's writing the next Final Destination. This is all to say this is more in line, honestly, with his tone than the Spider-Man's. Like, knowing his background, I'm like, this is more like the movies he does. And that doesn't mean those Spider-Mans are fine. They're great. They're fun.
Yeah, but they're big studio movies. They sort of have their anyway. This movie looks fun. It's George Clooney and Brad Pitt as basically playing Winston Wolfe from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, you're right.
Yep. Wolves.
Wow, that's such a weird reference for the title.
Yeah, but it's also like you don't even need to make that connection. They get called in to deal with the same body, and it's clear they don't like each other, and they're forced to work together on it. It's a fucking perfect title, honestly. It's Wolves, not Wolves.
Yeah,
it's WOLFS.
Well, because they're both like, I work alone.
Yeah, they're both like trying to be alpha. Like, I work alone.
They're lone wolves. Yeah.
And they're just clowns. It looks very funny.
It does. It looks like a little darker than Ocean's 11 with that same humor, though.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a lot more blood in this one.
I'm expecting like a mix between like The Killer, the Fincher movie, and like Ocean's 11. Yeah,
me too. I mean, I'm probably going to be happy with anything, but I expect this will be a bit R-rated, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's just two buddies having fun. It's one of those where it's like, it just feels kind of refreshing where it's like, there's nothing, this is what I like about new movies as opposed to like sequels and remakes. It's like, I have no expectations.
Endless franchises and IP. It's nice to just like be like, oh, I just like this story. Looks like it's good.
Yeah, this just looks like fun. It's like light and breezy.
Yeah.
It's nice when it's like a fun blockbuster done in this style. And I don't know, it doesn't look, I'm not expecting like action. It looks more like
this
like
looks
an out of sight to think of George Clooney, where it's like there's action, but it's kind of more zany than that.
Yeah, and a little like more mid-budget than something like Ocean's 11. It's kind of what it looks like. It doesn't look like there's going to be any like huge sequences or anything.
No, and it doesn't.
They do have that. They do have that gag car thing. That's just a digital effect, but that was a pretty funny gag.
Oh yeah,
with the dude flips entirely over the car.
Yeah, I think it'll be car chases, shit like that. It's that mid-budget like action that's not like, and I love that there's still a place for this where it's like, obviously there are movies where it's just like minimal plot, just full-blown action. We're gonna do all the fucking action in the world. We're gonna do the latest and best action, and then there's these where it's like, this isn't like it. You're not gonna watch this for the action necessarily. You're probably gonna watch this for the fucking charisma. Like this is pure charisma.
Yeah.
It could be both, but it feels more like Shane Blackie to me, where it's like,
more about characters.
More fun and games.
Yeah, and fun and games. I love a good fun and games.
Me too. I think I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
I kind of hope, this is weird, I hope we don't review it, because I kind of want to just watch this uncritically.
We probably will be. Like I'm sure there's going to be something else that demands our attention the week this comes out.
Yeah, I assume so. I just like, if we don't, I feel bad because not covering it technically means like, I know we're not the Joe Rogan Experience or whatever it's called. We're not big. We are the Megatron of podcasts. But
That's true.
We're not gonna like draw a huge audience to a film by covering it necessarily. But I just
not
feel
anymore.
I still like to support
for sure.
I mean?
But just like not any more than having Brad Pitt and George Clooney attached to it. Like it's not an indie film.
They'll be fine without us.
Yeah.
So if we don't cover it, just know that that's probably just because we want to enjoy the movie.
We just wanted to watch it. We just wanted to sit at home and watch it like old men.
A movie I would cover is this next one.
Of course, yeah.
Because we haven't covered one of his films, have we?
I've never seen one.
Oh, fuck, yeah. God, I'm so curious to see if you align with me. So this is Kinds of Kindness.
Yes.
This is technically the first trailer, although, come on.
It still hasn't revealed really anything about
what
what the
this
movie's
movie
about. What the hell is this movie about? It's the best we can tell is that it's about a relationship between Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons.
Right, I think
and the title is a reference to the different, like she's like, I love you, but this is not love. Like there are kinds of kindness, like that song "Cruel to Be Kind."
Right.
I think that's the reference there.
So this makes a little more sense because I was trying to tie it all together.
Are you reading a synopsis?
I'm reading not really a synopsis. It's more like probably this is from loose interviews, the Wikipedia. Okay, this makes sense. Because I thought there was some body switching in this. Like, I thought there was some magic implied in this. This is an anthology.
Oh.
Kinds of Kindness. That makes sense for an anthology.
Yeah.
Such as types of kindness. Examples of kindness. The poster makes it very clear because there's like 3 images on the poster. That makes so much more sense. And I won't go into other than that. Although it doesn't seem like anything here is a spoiler. I feel like the less you know, the better. It should be noted, this is even more exciting. All of the actors are the same in every different story. So Emma Stone is playing 3 characters. Jesse Plemons is playing 3 characters. Willem Dafoe is playing Phil, and all the way down. So that's fucking awesome.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, that sounds like, I don't know, that Yorgos, I was off to such a bad start with him with The Lobster. I still don't like that movie, and he has delighted me ever since. So, you should watch these movies.
I gotta see Killing a Sacred Deer too.
Oh right, I haven't seen that. That's the one I haven't seen. I gotta watch that. It's weird for a movie. When I saw The Lobster, I saw it with other people. We all left in silence, and every single one of us hated the movie and said that had we talked about it in the theater, we would have walked out. Like, that's how bad I didn't like The Lobster. I was willing to walk out. You've been
carrying this grudge for a minute.
I really didn't like. Well, I'm fascinated by this because a lot of people like The Lobster, and so I think that irked me because there's nothing more frustrating when you like a movie you find very bad and everybody's like it's amazing and you're like really, and maybe I should revisit it. But I think what's surprising to me is the difference between how much I didn't like that movie to how much I've liked his other movies. It's like such a big difference. I've never experienced that.
Yeah, no, I've got to just sit down and pound through this dude's filmography.
Yeah, you should. Just don't stop at The Lobster. I'm just curious to know what I think. I think most people like The Lobster, so you'll probably like it too. But
I may watch it last then.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm so excited to see Jesse Plemons in this.
Oh, hell yeah. He's playing a real Jesse Plemons in every scene in this. It's real great.
He's like my favorite person to see in a movie now. It's like watching a dinosaur where I'm like, I can't believe there's a dinosaur in this movie. I can't wait to watch this dinosaur be in these scenes.
It's like walking into a room and seeing a kitten. Oh shit, there's a kitten here?
Yeah. Like, he's not a bad looking guy, but it's just nice to see like someone who's like kind of a schlub in movies and be like, oh, we're still doing that. We still got like kind of the schlub actors and they're fantastic, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I see what you mean.
He just feels like some guy who wandered on the set. Like, he just doesn't look like a movie star. He's so good.
That's the fun thing about him, is that he looks like such a dude that would just play a certain type of role, but he has played like every type of role, and he's amazing at all of it. He finds something interesting to do all the time.
And yet, in every type of role, he still has the vibes of some guy who wandered on set.
Yeah.
He always feels a little like he's not quite sure why he's there. It's so good.
Oh, man. Let's move on.
He's so good. All right. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. This is a new director. I looked up this director. He's barely done anything. I don't know how this happened. I didn't look up the writers.
I'm not sure, actually.
Yeah. What'd you think? This is coming to Netflix.
Yeah.
Which I was a little sad at, and then I was like, I've watched every Beverly Hills Cop at 1 p.m. on TV. That's just how it's meant to be seen. So I'm fine with that.
It's a very midday cable franchise.
Yeah, it is.
I do love it though.
Yeah,
this movie looks fun. I mean,
can't be any worse than 3.
It sure can't. There are some funny bits in 3.
Yeah, the thing is that all these movies have to be is kind of funny, and Eddie Murphy is always kind of funny. Yeah. He's always a little charming.
Yeah, he can wring a laugh out of a pretty bad joke. So he can usually rise above bad material. But like, I had a couple of genuine laughs in this trailer. Like, the writing doesn't feel bad.
No, it doesn't. But you're right, where it's like, I don't know, man. It's like pizza. It's always good.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy is always fucking good.
Yeah, he's gonna get a laugh somewhere. So.
Yeah. So like, we were just talking about liking original things because the low stakes. Honestly, this is also very low stakes.
I love that Paul Reiser's his boss now.
Yes, perfect choice.
Jeffrey's still talking, but I'm not listening. But Jeffrey is still talking.
Yeah, he's a perfect angry chief. Oh my god!
And they bring Taggart back. He looks so old.
Is Judge Reinhold in this?
So glad he's still alive. Yeah, we see him in the very end of the trailer.
Okay, thank God.
But yeah. he's in trouble. They have to go save Rosewood.
They bring back the guy who works at the art gallery.
Yeah,
too.
Bronson Pinchot. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
Serge.
I didn't need that, but I'm so glad he's back.
So is he.
Yeah. It really is low stakes where I'm like, fuck it. If we're gonna make Beverly Hills Cop a new one, what I like about it is it feels like they're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's bring everybody back, even the characters you would never think. Like, it feels like there's no ego here. Like, it doesn't feel like they were like, we have Eddie Murphy, that's all we need.
Right. No, it feels like they're making it to bring everybody back and to just have like what you're saying. It doesn't feel cynical in that way.
Right. It doesn't feel like they were going to be like, this ain't your grandpa's Beverly Hills Cop. Like, they do bring back, they bring in a few hotshot news. Joseph Gordon-Levitt
is there, yeah.
Yeah, he has a daughter.
He feels very Rosewoody in the trailer, yeah.
Everybody's working around Eddie Murphy. And they're like, oh no, you're so crazy. Like, it's great. I don't know why he's so not used to Beverly Hills every time, but I'm fine with it.
Right, it's been 40 years, dude.
Come on, man. Yeah,
also,
surely.
Kevin Bacon as obviously the bad guy.
Yes. I'm so excited for that.
Obviously a crooked police captain.
Yeah, that's so good. I love that they did that because I feel like there's this every meeting about cop movies, I feel like they start with like, okay, nobody likes cops. What do we do with that? They're like, let's make the villain a cop.
It's a winning formula.
It really is.
But
yeah, like there's new faces, but it's also like everybody's back. Everybody they could get.
And it just feels like another episode of Beverly Hills Cop as opposed to like a soft reboot or like a legacy sequel or some shit like that. Like it just feels like another Beverly Hills Cop, if that makes sense.
No, that's what I mean. Like there's no like there's no like slow reverence. Do.
No, they put some sauce on it, but
but you can imagine that, right?
Oh yeah,
you can imagine that version. And none of that. It's just like, yeah, we never fucking left, which is nice.
Yeah,
I will say, none of the love interests are still in it, are they?
I don't even remember him having any.
What's her name? Jenny in the first one?
But it's not his love interest. I'm pretty sure they probably rewrote the script that way because that was very much still in the times where they would not have a black actor and a white actress be in a romantic relationship on screen.
I don't remember for sure because all of these movies, it's kind of a fugue state.
I don't remember. 2 is the one I've seen the least. But I don't.
Same.
I don't think he has a love interest in 3. I think it's just him and Hector Elizondo.
Yeah, I feel like it's a buddy cop.
Yeah,
it's a buddy cop. We don't need no broads. No
Goyles.
What if George Lucas?
Oh man, I hope they bring George Lucas back.
That would make me so fucking happy.
What an incredible cameo.
Yeah, oh my God, they should bring him back. I assume it's just because John Landis directed it, the third one, but God, what if they bring him back?
Oh, probably, yeah.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, this is like, just again, so low stakes where it's like there's no lore to protect. The worst thing they could have done is treated this with reverence, and they're not.
Yeah, that word was in my brain. I was about to say it. They don't have that like weird reverence here that the Star Wars ones and the Ghostbusters and like a lot of the new ones have done.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just here's the Axel F, the theme song that you all know.
It's fucking Beverly Hills
Eddie Murphy
Cop,
being Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I like that when he gets arrested in the beginning of the trailer and they throw him into the tiny little car, like the jokes, they're Eddie Murphy jokes, but they do feel specifically like Axel Foley jokes a little bit. Like when he says, "You guys are the Lego police."
Yes, that's such an Axel Foley joke.
Very specifically an Axel Foley joke. Yeah, it's weird, but there is there is a kind of a distinction almost. Like
that's kind of amazing, isn't it? Because it's Eddie Murphy knows. I mean, he is an actor. Like we've seen him act, but in comedies, everybody always kind of says like, "This is Eddie Murphy," right? Mm-hmm. Like, but he is. You're right. Axel Foley is like a very subtle difference. It's honestly kind of like, so watching the new Ghostbusters, which is fine. It's surprisingly fine, I thought. Fucking Bill Murray, there is a little bit where you're like, yeah, I guess he is a little different, isn't he? Yeah. As Venkman. Like Venkman is a little different.
Venkman's a specific
than
character.
Just Bill Murray. Yeah. Yes, it is a very similar character to Bill Murray.
But it's not like if it's not the same as him riffing as Donkey, him riffing as Axel Foley. Or, that's an obvious difference, but like...
Right. He's gotten close. It's like him in I Spy is also different because he's an asshole in I Spy, a movie no one has thought of until I just said it. Mm-hmm. I love I Spy.
I know you do.
I think I Spy is fantastic.
We should make them watch it on Friday.
We should make them watch
Friday.
it. They'll hate it.
Yeah.
Malcolm McDowell, I believe, is the villain. Or it's just an old guy.
That's around the time that Malcolm McDowell was being the bad guy and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love I Spy.
Let's move on.
Yeah. A Sacrifice. This is one of them Stranger King things, and then the Hulk. Not that one. The other one. Not that one.
Eric Bana.
Yeah.
Eric Bana and Sadie Sink.
Did Eric Bana, did he do something wrong? Like
no.
I feel like because he's one where I'm like, be more. I want more.
He's in stuff. It's just like smaller stuff, I guess. Like, not Hannah. Hannah was the last thing.
Right.
I was the last like major thing I remember seeing him in, and that's about 10 years ago.
His last thing right now is Force of Nature: The Dry 2, and I'm like, what happened?
The hell is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
He was good in that Star Trek. He was like my favorite part of that Star Trek.
Nero. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good bad guy in that. Yeah.
He is. Yeah. I don't know. Give me more.
Good Eric Bana.
He's working though.
Yeah, he's in stuff. This movie,
yeah.
This was interesting. Like, I was super not into this initially because it really seemed cheesy, and the opening, the clips they show for the opening scene of the trailer were kind of corny. But then as it goes on, you realize that it's about like Eric Bana's daughter is getting swept up into this cult, and then it becomes kind of Wicker Man-ish and starts getting like spooky and shit. Then I was on board.
They say something about how you have to like purge your old parents, or like it's clear that she's gonna fucking kill him
or try to.
There's a shot of him with like a bag around his head, and I'm like, she done do that. Stranger Things done did that.
She's about to sinister his ass.
Yeah, this looks really
Feed
good
him some alligators.
It's a really good idea, which is like obviously he loves his daughter, but if he's trying to kill him, he's going to try to deprogram her. He's not going to fight back necessarily. Like, that's a cool conflict, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's like a detective. And when I say Stranger Things, I mean the
Sadie Sink.
Okay. Yeah, Max. I was going to say Max.
Max, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the one that was in The Whale.
She was in the Fear Streets.
Yeah, she's in them Fear Streets.
I gotta rewatch those. Those were fun.
They're making more.
I know.
Pretty exciting.
I'm glad.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet. I enjoyed those. They should put those on disc, fuckers.
They haven't? Oh,
no.
They should.
Yeah, they should.
Right. It's fucking Netflix,
it's Netflix,
right?
Yeah.
Anywho, this just looks like a fun thriller.
Like a good thriller, yeah. Like very Wicker Man-ish.
Nice. Yeah, it's nice when a cult is scary.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they can be not that, even though they are usually. That's why I like The Sacrament, because that was just like...
It's just Jonestown.
No twist. Yeah, no twist. It's just, isn't this a nightmare? And it's like, yes, it is. You're right.
Sure is. This is awful.
Yeah.
This really sucks and I hate it.
Yeah. Speaking of, I don't know, cults? No.
Sure.
Creepy.
That'll work.
A Family Affair.
Oh, man.
This is... I don't think they say it in the trailer. Nicole Kidman is having a family affair. She is sleeping with her daughter's boss, who is Zac Efron.
Yes.
Was Zac Efron in that other movie where she got peed on or peed on him?
Yes.
That's great. I love them together.
What was that
this
called?
Is great.
It was called like Stray Dogs. What the fuck was that movie called?
It's something like that. I just love that. Apparently, I hope they text each other when they're like bored. I don't want any romance for them. I just want them to be buddies, you know?
Yeah, I want that for them. I would like that for them. I want them for them.
I love Nicole Kidman's fucking weird ass choices.
I know.
This is just like a Hallmark comedy. And I bet it's fun, but it's, you know, she's like, yeah, I'll do the Northman. Oh yeah, I'll do this. Like, I love how weird the shit she was in Aquaman.
She sure was.
She's just up for anything.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna see this.
No, probably not. I mean, you're right. It looks like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah,
it truly looks like a Hallmark movie. Like, the premise is fun enough. Like, Joey King's the daughter. She is Zac Efron's assistant, and he's a hotshot actor. But her only experience with him as being a vapid prick. And he falls in love with her mother, Nicole Kidman, and seems to genuinely care about her, but she does. Yeah. Joey King does not trust it. So that's cute enough for a movie, a rom-com.
Oh yeah, Kathy Bates is
Bates is in there.
Nicole Kidman's mom telling her to ride that Efron dick. It's
man, you don't pass up that chance.
It's a movie. It's not like I wouldn't be willing to watch it. I just don't know when I would ever throw this on.
It's just probably not gonna happen.
It looks delightful. It really does look like, it doesn't even look as cheesy as like a Hallmark movie. Like I feel bad calling it that. I just don't have a good enough vocabulary. It's a romantic comedy, you know. It just feels a little, you know. It's the director of P.S. I Love You, so you know.
Oh, sure.
It's just like
where Gerard Butler wrote letters to Katherine Heigl because he was dying. Was it Katherine Heigl?
I don't fucking
Who can
know.
say?
I don't know. This looks lighter.
Was Gerard Butler.
It's just a light, fun, romantic comedy. You know, it's just what if Nicole Kidman fucked your boss? Question we've all wondered at some point.
We've all thought about it from time to time. Hilary Swank. I'm sorry, Hilary Swank.
It's all right. Your apology is heard. I have nothing else to say about this.
Yeah, it looks fine.
All right. Let's talk about, boy, this is one where I saw this trailer for weeks and I didn't click on it because of its name.
Yep. If
which
you hadn't
has
put it on,
nothing to do
if
with
you
it.
hadn't put it on the dock, I would have never watched it.
Yep. It's called Trigger Warning.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a Joe Rogan, Adam Carolla stand-up
Yeah.
special.
Why would I click on that? Because I'm gonna see some dude with a very rectangular head ranting about trans people.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is a Jessica Alba John Wick.
Yes.
And I'm like, 100% yes. Oh
Why
my
did
God.
you call it Trigger Warning?
Call it, I mean, I guess it's provocative, but not in the way that they would want it to be,
Call
you know?
it anything else.
Seriously.
But yeah, it looks pretty cool.
It does.
The initial action scene when they reveal that it's a John Wick is her fighting some dudes in a hardware store, and it's nuts. This dude comes at him with a chainsaw. It's pretty sweet.
It looks fucking fun.
It looks cool.
It's one of those things where Jessica Alba, I feel like she was like watching her career slip through her fingers because like for whatever reason we were just done with her. She just stopped. I just stopped seeing her.
Yeah, for like 10 years.
Maybe she stopped.
Maybe I genuinely don't know.
But it's that sort of, you know, that thing where an actress gets to an age where it's like it's like in like 20 years they'll start getting mother offers, you know what I mean? But like there's a point where Hollywood might forget you if you're an actress, which is, you know, really fucked up.
Yep.
Excuse me.
So you were choking on the injustice. It's fine.
I know. That's all to say that, like, yeah, she had this like 2000s, and like she has a face for the 2000s. Does that make sense? She looks like she belongs in the 2000s. She just has 2000s vibes.
Yeah, like the guy from Sum 41.
Yeah, exactly.
You have
like
2000s face.
Yes, she has 2000s face. So I get why she was big in that. When they painted her white for Sue Storm. And they were
Lord, that's right.
Remember that shit?
They gave her blue contact lenses, didn't they?
They sure did.
Oh, no.
So that's what I mean. I feel like Jessica Alba has a lot of deserved rage inside of her. And it's just nice to watch her murder a bunch of honkies.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, good on her.
Yeah.
You know, I hope this becomes a franchise like John Wick.
Yeah, she has to work her way up to Anthony Michael Hall, which is just beautiful.
King Honky.
Cannot wait to see them fight. It's gonna be like the fight at the end of Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God.
She's gonna kick him out of a spooky attic.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Great.
Yeah, this is great looking fucking movie. Just call it something else.
Yeah, it's a horrible title, but it looks awesome.
It looks awesome.
And it's coming to Netflix, so I will watch the shit out of it because I have to do very little.
Yeah, I believe it's a reverse Taken. What I mean by that is she's avenging her father. She's a young woman avenging her father.
Yeah, her father is killed by somebody who works for Anthony Michael Hall, who I think is a senator in the movie. They seem to indicate he's some sort of government honky.
Yeah.
They all are.
God. I hope it's like The Beekeeper. A movie I finally watched.
Few things are like The Beekeeper, Dave.
I feel like nobody told me about The Beekeeper.
I tried.
Okay.
Let's move on.
All right, to the big event. Not the final one, but the one I've been waiting to talk about.
Oh, man.
This is Reverse the Curse. Folks, this is starring, written, and directed by David Duchovny. It is about Yeah. Is about a son who is pretending like the Red Sox are winning to save his dying father.
It's basically Lars and the Real Girl if the town was pretending that the Sox were winning.
Yes. And David Duchovny is the father. I'm so happy. Did you ever see House of D?
I have not, but I really, really need to.
Yeah, that is
House of Duchovny.
It is, I would say, probably a very embarrassing film these days. Has Robin Williams in, because I don't know if you know this, David Duchovny and Robin Williams were very close. That is a true thing. They were friends. They played basketball together all the time, I guess.
That's awesome.
Isn't that a wild thing to know?
Yeah.
That they hung out? And so Robin Williams plays a disabled man. Not in, from what I recall, a good way, in a good depiction.
Not in a sensitive way. Yeah, very ableist way.
Yeah, in a Radio starring Cuba Gooding Jr. way.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah. But I remember it being kind of feel good. I at one point owned the DVD because I was like, well, it's David Duchovny.
I have to be honest, this movie doesn't look bad.
No.
Like, it looks kind of sweet, and I genuinely laughed at several of the jokes.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a little more to say about House of D.
Sure.
The fact that it also stars Tia Leone, who is married at the time, too.
Yeah, to David Duchovny.
So it's just his friends, and Anton Yelchin.
Oh.
So, yeah. It's an artifact is all. And David Duchovny is in it.
Of course.
So, like, he had this habit, like, he basically made a movie with all his friends and family and Anton Yelchin. And House of D, I remember being kind of sweet.
Well, if you have room for a sweet. Yelchin, you get him in there.
Yeah. But I agree with you. This doesn't look... It was jarring at first only because every outfit looked like an SNL sketch, where I was like, no one looked like they...
Yeah, it took
really
me a minute it took me a minute to recognize Logan Marshall Green as his son, because he's got this massive long hair wig and these mutton chop sideburns, and he's playing sort of a man-child.
This has got a cast.
It kind of does, yeah.
It has Brooklyn Nine-Nine in there. She played Rosa.
Yeah, Stephanie Beatriz?
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, Logan Marshall Green also, like, holy shit, like, did not recognize him for most of this. And it does look kind of sweet. Like, it's clearly about, family and grief and all that stuff. I'm sure it'll make me cry, from writer-director David Duchovny.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely like, yes, I'm happy. Happy to see Dave in this.
Oh, Duchovny.
It's so weird because I feel like no one lets him make movies. That's like the curse of the Duchovny. They're like, you can be a side character at best. We'll stick you in a Pet Cemetery. He's apparently in The Sympathizer, which I have to watch. Yeah, which is, I don't know, that's David Duchovny, directed by fucking Old Boy by the Park Chan-wook. So
I need to see what that is. Yeah, I have to know. Yeah. But yeah, I might watch this. It's based on one of his own novels, Dave.
Yep. I might watch this and I might cry during this. It's
based on his novel, Bucky fucking Dent.
Jesus Christ, David Duchovny. Oh, you fucking weirdo.
Beautiful. He's beautiful.
He really is. He's really beautiful.
I love him so much.
This is like, man, we were just talking about how we won't watch Family Affair, and it's like, it's the same level of, I guess that one's more of like a comedy, romantic comedy.
This is more like The Judge.
Yes, this is more like The Judge. Yes. Where I'm going to cry and I'm going to be like, I feel so stupid right now.
Manipulated right now, but that's fine because I'm in touch with my emotions.
God damn, I can't wait to watch this fucking movie.
I can't wait to watch like fucking Kmart Tom Hardy and David Duchovny go fishing. And Duchovny dies with a Werther's Original in his hand.
Oh, he better. He fucking better.
Spoilers for The Judge.
What if it's just The Judge? What if they just make The Judge?
It's just The Judge.
No one told him. Everybody just let David Duchovny make The Judge again. No one wanted to break his heart. Oh my God. No, this looks, I mean, it's,
It looks okay. It looks pretty okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't see, like David Duchovny is the reason I'm going to see it.
Yes.
But that isn't to say that it wouldn't be good otherwise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's apparently won several. Let's see.
Well,
It's won Directors Week Award for best film.
cool.
It won the Capri Special Award for best feature film. So it's got its laurels.
Prestigious, yeah.
Yeah. It's got its laurels. It got nominated at Tribeca. So there's something. It got an audience award. Oh no, sorry, it was nominated for the audience award.
Okay.
So that's not nothing.
No, that's not nothing.
No.
I'll watch
I'm gonna
Reverse
watch
the
this.
Curse, sure.
Reverse the Curse. It rhymes.
Watch David Duchovny as an old man try to pluck at my heartstrings.
Yeah.
See what that's like.
God damn.
Can't wait to cry over Mulder.
Yeah. I'm so excited to cry over Mulder.
Let's move on.
All right. The Substance. This
I've been hearing about this. This is with
I
Demi
haven't
Moore
heard
and
shit.
it's Demi Moore and I forget who the director is. Oh, it's the person who made Revenge.
Yeah, it's the person who made Revenge. It's got Denis Quaid in it.
Denis Quaid?
Yeah, Denis Quaid, which, I don't know, fun to see. It's Demi Moore playing someone else named Elizabeth Sparkle, but she's playing an actress, right? She's playing
Yes, yeah. It appears so.
a
She has
celebrity.
a giant poster of herself on the wall behind her, so I assume she's some sort of actress
It's
or
like
celebrity.
It's like a stunt casting, sort of. Not really, because I don't know if this is supposed to be like a washed up celebrity, because Demi Moore certainly isn't that. It's about a celebrity who's getting older, and there's a black market drug that'll make her younger that she is going to try.
And they conspicuously say it will create a new you.
Yes.
And they show cells splitting, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure this is going to be about evil clones.
I assume so. Or like some Cronenberg shit.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be another actress or they're de-aging her. I don't know. That's interesting. It's a horror film, which this trailer doesn't let on either. This is barely a trailer. It's more
Really
like
just a clip, yeah.
It's a drama horror. I tried to find more information, but this was going to be a more hype if it wasn't getting enough, views.
Yeah, it's getting buzz from Cannes, I think, is where it was shown.
Okay,
But yeah, I'm pretty excited to watch this one. From
I
what
think
I've
this is
heard,
gonna
it's like supposed to be weird and funny.
I think this is gonna be really good. Yeah.
Did you ever watch Revenge?
No, I need to. I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And this looks, I don't know. It looks really fucking good. It's written, directed by the same person. Coralie Farjit. Boy, sorry.
Yeah, you probably should.
But
She's a French filmmaker.
Oh, that's her problem. That's not my problem.
And she won Best Screenplay
We will not assimilate to you,
at Cannes this year.
Coralie. Figure it out. Have. It's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you should probably stop waging war on this filmmager.
No, on this very talented filmmaker.
Yeah. No, I'm
whose only crime is having a French name. This looks legit. I'm very
pretty excited to see this one. Yeah. Speaking
Yeah.
of Dennis Quaid,
Speaking of Dennis Quaid, all right, it's the one you all been waiting for.
Christ.
Reagan.
Fucking Reagan movie. They have been making this no shit for like 8 years.
I did not know that this is from the director, or maybe I knew at one point and forgot that this is from the director of Orphan Horse.
I remember us.
Which keeps coming up. We keep talking about Orphan Horse.
We got to just watch Orphan Horse, man.
100%. They also did Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Hell yeah.
This all to say that this director doesn't. This movie feels like it was made by like every now and then I find a trailer that sneakily is from one of those like hardcore Christian studios.
I think that's what this is. Like this
yeah,
has a
and
real.
They try to hide it.
This
this feels like one.
Yeah, it's got a real Atlas Shrugged feel to it. The
Yes.
most recent adaptation of Atlas Shrugged, where it was clearly filmed in piecemeal over several years, just picking them up in rooms where they could get it.
Yeah, forgive me, filmmakers. It just feels like a movie that's pretending to be a movie. meaning that it's a movie made by like a right-wing ideology trying to pretend to be like, see, it's a regular movie, and it's like, absolutely not.
Right, because every single scene they show is just, it's like such embarrassing hero worship of Ronald Reagan.
It's like, this is not the Reagan movie anybody needs.
Yeah, it's like, well, there's only so many times you can run from a bully before you finally have to stand up to him.
Yeah, this is not the story about Reagan we're interested in. It's just, all the comments feel like they were made by the director's mom. It's all people like, I'll bring my jelly beans to this. Like, it's like people fanning out about Reagan.
Also, it's an awful performance. It's fucking
he's
funny
doing like this
what he's
breathy
doing.
Thing.
He's doing half of a voice.
Yeah, he's like, well, like he's like a horse.
He's doing part of a Reagan voice, but he's also still just doing Dennis Quaid voice.
Yes. It's almost like
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yeah. It's almost like what you said, that they shot this in pieces, and he kept being like, what was the voice I'm doing?
They fucking did. I remember us following this movie while we were still at Cracked.
Yeah. Okay, it is.
This has been in the hopper for a minute.
I think the writers,
I believe.
Man. So one of the writers
2020. Okay, 2020.
Oh, okay. One of the writers wrote Malice.
I'm sorry. This is the last time I'll interrupt you.
No.
Sean McNamara, the director, was attached to this movie in 2016 with Penelope Ann Miller and Dennis Quaid. So this is the same movie that we have been hearing about. Also with John Voight as Victor Petrovich.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was probably young enough then, right?
Well, like, it's not a real person, but like when you see him in the trailer, he just looks like a ghoul. They've taped this weird facial hair to him. He looks like a wax magician.
He does. Kevin Dillon's in this, so that's something.
Sure is.
He plays Jack Warner. God damn. Yeah, Penelope Ann Miller, bless her heart, she's Nancy Reagan. I'm like, surely you have other things to do. So the writers of this, very telling. Because one of them
Kevin Sorbo is in it. Holy shit, of course he is.
Of course he is. One of them hasn't made a movie since 2001, but he did write Malice. So props to that for writing Malice.
Pretty sweet.
The other one, his latest movie, was God's Not Dead, A Light in Darkness.
Of course.
So,
I mean, listen to who's in this. Robert Davey, or Davey. Hardcore manga shithead.
Yep.
Scott Stapp as Frank Sinatra. And for some reason, Xander Berkeley.
Well, he's excused because Xander Berkeley just will be in every single fucking movie.
Yeah, he's your go-to prick. If you need somebody to be a prick, you call Xander Berkeley.
This is one of those things where, like, I don't know, maybe he's a conservative, but like, that's like people were mad at that fucking Adam Carolla fucking American Dad show that he's doing for Danny Trejo being in that, and I'm like, Danny Trejo is just in everything.
Yeah,
like there's certain actors where it's like they just have no politics. Maybe they're conservative, I don't know, maybe, but mostly you ask them to be in something, you give them some amount of money, they're like, I'm there, I'm fucking there. This I think a lot of this is probably they really are pretending this is like a real movie, and I'm sorry, it's clearly coming at it from like, we're just making a movie jerking off Reagan.
The funniest part was they do the voiceover of what did the president know and when did he know it, and that's the Iran-Contra thing. And then they show him in the Oval Office like, I don't know what they expect me to do. Yeah. Terrible Reagan voice.
They're going to make him innocent, aren't they?
Well, then Nancy walks in and is like, I don't know what they expect me to do, Nancy. And then she comes in and is like, I expect you to fight. So they're going to triumphantly show Oliver North take the fall for him? Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Is the hero music going to play
be like
as
twirling
Oliver
his
North
mustache
jumps on that grenade for Ronald Reagan?
Holy fucking shit. Who's playing Oliver North?
Oh, I don't think he's in the movie. Yeah.
Damn it.
They wouldn't actually put him in the movie.
Oh, no. That's going to be a 5-minute scene. Tops. Yeah, no, embarrassing
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
movie that we will have to watch for work.
It looks so bad, dude.
Yeah.
I knew a God's Not Dead person was involved just watching the trailer. I was like, this is the exact look and pacing of a God's Not Dead movie.
It really is. And what for people who don't understand what that means, when I say not a real movie, you get that like Lifetime original vibe where it's been cobbled together on like what's clearly like a very low budget because they probably couldn't get, like you said, it's in development hell. No one wanted to make a movie honoring Reagan for obvious reasons. It's starting on a bad premise. And then like you can get that cobbled together feel, and then you feel that slight like propaganda throughout.
Well, they started off with
nothing about this is objective.
They started out with his testimony before the House Un-American activity about communists in Hollywood, and they portray it like it's a heroic thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is like you could make a Reagan movie that isn't constantly shitting on him necessarily,
but you have to be honest.
Yes, and this doesn't look honest at all. It is propaganda.
Yeah, it's
the poster
naked
is Dennis
propaganda.
Quaid with a cowboy hat and the American flag behind him. This is embarrassing.
I wouldn't be interested in watching this kind of movie about anyone.
Yes, agreed. No, this is no different to me than W. Or any of those.
Well,
it's the same vibe.
Yeah, W is, man. I've said it before. It's just a bunch of SNL sketches. Like that's all it was.
That movie had more production value. Don't get me wrong, but it stinks of this too. To me, where it's coming in with a clear agenda, and that's coming from someone who fucking hates George W. Bush. It's just it didn't feel honest. It just felt it another Dennis Quaid movie. You remember American Dreams with a Z, where he plays Bush?
Yeah.
That's one of the most embarrassing movies ever made because he plays like centrist Bush. He plays like, and it makes sense why Dennis Quaid's in it, where they portray him as like, oh, he's a fine guy. It's Cheney who's bad. He's fine. He's innocent. Like that was such a fucking weird, miss the mark type of movie. God, I need to rewatch that movie. That movie was fucked up.
Let's move on.
All right. That's it for trailers. Time to thank some more producers. Big old thank you to Deborah's awesome, Barbara's great, and Cancer Can Go to Hell. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you to Dracula the Bus Driving Vampire.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Driftless God Emperor of Hype. Suggest everyone watch 1985's The Return of the Living Dead.
Gotcha.
Thank you to Ed Nugg.
Thank you.
Thank you to Exploding Runes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Funky J. Mostly Comes Out at Night. Mostly.
Thank you.
Thank you to Heathcliff's Helping Handfuls.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Highlander. Likes the way Tom says pretty sweet. Thank you.
Highlander.
Thank you to Hombre.
Thank you.
Thank you to ImpossibleWorlds.net, a magazine, and there's a podcast.
Thank you. All right, let me swoop in here. Thank you to Jay the Crow Baron says, build a guillotine in rich people's yard, 2024.
Thank you.
Thank you to Chris Shanovich.
Thank you.
Thank you to Lieutenant Frank Drebin, Police Squad.
Thank you.
Thank you to Look Mime on a podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mackenzie Fuck Shuffling with Willem Dafoe's confusingly large dick, Chill.
Thank you.
Perhaps in triplicate in Kinds of Kindness. Thank you to Mercurial Oz.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mike the Helldiver.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mongolian Throat Skanking.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Tell Your Wife how many Patreon subscriptions you have before you agree to buy a house.
Thank you.
Thank you to musical guest Darius Rucker.
Thank you.
Thank you to No One Can Hear You Scream in Space McNulty.
Thank you.
Dave, stories.
Yo, stories. All right. We got our Knives Out
Knives
casting.
Out 3 casting sauce.
Yeah, it's called, what's it called? Wake Up Dead Man.
Mm-hmm.
We got fucking people. Daniel Craig, surprisingly.
Obviously, yeah.
Josh O'Connor. Who's that guy?
I'm not sure, but Kerry Washington, Glenn Close, Jeremy Renner, Andrew Scott, Kaylee Spaney.
Andrew Scott is he's the
Hot
Moriarty.
priest from Fleabag.
Oh,
and yeah,
see,
he's
we all
Moriarty
have
on Sherlock. Yeah.
Jeremy
We'll have our own
Renner
Andrew Scott. He's Ripley. He's Mr. Ripley right now on the Netflix show.
Yeah. I assume he's the red herring. Jeremy Renner as the killer.
Probably.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying like he takes a Marvel actor and he makes him the killer every fucking time. Apparently, that's what we're doing. So
it is funny.
Yeah, it feels like it feels like weird
But also, who hasn't been in a Marvel movie?
Yeah, that's true.
Like even looking at this cast, Glenn Close was in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's I liked both of these.
Me too.
I liked the past ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of fun to watch these actors go completely just be hams, you know?
And just have fun. Like he has so much fun with the setup. I liked Glass Onion more than I liked Knives Out.
I think so. I did too. I think I like that they once you realize like, okay, the murder mystery thing is kind of fake.
Sort of.
It's kind of a joke.
Yeah.
It's more about what are we going to comment about when it comes to like rich people in class. Like that's at least the game of both.
It's been about classism so far. Yeah. It's about how dumb and vapid rich people are.
They're also kind of a meta mystery where like it's more about like what do you think is going to happen versus how is the story going to be told? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where it's like less about who the killer is and more about how the story will be. There's always like the twists aren't really about the killer. It's about the narrative. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I'm into it too.
Let's move on. Unless you had something else to say.
No. Mike Flanagan has been hired to rescue The Exorcist.
Oh, boy. Okay, so they spent, $400 million on The Exorcist rights. They put out that piece of shit that we watched last year, and David Gordon Green immediately stepped out of the franchise.
Right.
And now they're bringing Mike Flanagan in to reboot it after one movie.
Ouija. Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Hollywood's doing fine.
What I'll say is that, like, this is going to be good.
It probably will be, yeah. Mike Flanagan probably wouldn't have taken it unless he thought he could do something.
I really think they Ouija'd it. They just said, like, okay, Mike, how, like, you were our first. Like, I'm imagining the scenario where they went to him first, and he was like, I'll need this many million. And they were like, nah, we'll just get the Halloween guys. That went well. And now they're just like, all right, Mike, well, how much did you want? Like, that's my vibe is like Flanagan is just, he has never done anything wrong. And he's so good. Mm-hmm. And so like they should have done this to begin with. Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, if that was even the option, I'm sure.
Yeah. He might have been busy. But yeah, they canceled those other ones.
They sure did. They pulled the plug on that trilogy. So sadly, we're never going to know what happens to the other possessed girl or poor Ellen Burstyn with her eyes stabbed out. That movie fucking sucked.
It really
It's a real piece of shit.
I hate to be vindictive, but it's nice sometimes when like they make this mistake and then they go, okay, done. We're done. We're sorry. Here, we'll do something better. Yeah. And they listen. Like, it's nice, and it's just funny how 2 times it's involved Mike Flanagan, where they've been like, we heard you, it was not good, we'll make it better. And it's just, because most of them are just like, stay the course, baby, let's just keep it going.
4 more Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, this is just nice. It's nice because it feels like they actually...
I mean, it's Universal had done it earlier this year, right, with the Jurassic World reboot.
Yeah.
They had David Leitch, right? Wasn't he briefly attached?
Yeah. I think he was.
A day.
They're like, never mind. So
Universal, man.
He says he's going to take it. He hasn't said much, obviously,
right?
But the implications that it'll go in a completely different and weird direction. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And you know who should be in it?
All of his
Russell Crowe.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Russell Crowe.
I was just going to say all of the Flanagan people. You know?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure a lot of them probably will be.
Yeah. But yeah, my goodness.
Yeah,
Is he still doing Dark Tower?
Dark Tower, yeah.
Again, it's every studio. It's like, all right, that didn't work. Get Mike Flanagan.
Yeah, who's good at horror? This guy. Yeah, he's not the only guy that's good at horror. There's plenty of people.
But he seems to be
making great horror right now.
Yeah, but for the studios, they're like, he's our guy now. And you know what? Good. I mean,
good. Yeah.
It's rare do I have a horror studio guy. And I feel like like the vibe I get now is he's like a fixer. He's like the wolf. He walks into the room in a suit and he's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. And he doesn't like they're just like, well, can we make it a reboot? He's like slaps the person. He's like, get the fuck out of this room. And like for some reason he's the only guy allowed to do that to these studios. He just walks in, they all listen to him, and he gets to do whatever the fuck he wants. Bless his heart. They're making a live action He-Man, Tom.
Sure.
You know about this? You heard this?
I saw they cast somebody. That's cool. Good for them.
Yeah, he's some guy. He doesn't look like a He-Man to me, but what do I know?
Whatever. They'll put muscles on him. That's what they always do.
Yeah, I mean, Heath Ledger, etc.
Whatever. I like He-Man, but like, I don't need more IP right now.
Okay. I'm going to be honest. I put this in assuming you'd have something to say about He-Man. But no, I have nothing.
No, I like He-Man, but I'm pretty exhausted by IP.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see them try to get a He-Man movie off the ground. I mean, I'll watch it if it's cool. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I have nothing.
I like He-Man, but I've been so burned by a decade of relentless IP chasing, trying to franchise every possible brand.
Mr. Hollywood, if you're out there, I have a new rule I want, because this will get me to watch these things. He-Man, make it the exact same. It has to be the exact same level of effects as the other He-Man.
As the Dolph one.
The Dolph one. Like, that's what I want. Is like
Cast
do something.
Dolph as Skeletor.
Yeah. Have practical effects. Like, have just
get
give
the
it, make it interesting.
Cartoon license. Yeah. That's a tragic thing that the original movie didn't have.
Oh,
so we can actually see the characters we like.
I kind of want an off-brand still.
You can have the off-brand people in there too, but give us the characters we actually like.
Yeah.
Not Gwildor. The fuck is that? Gwildor and Courtney Cox's bald boyfriend. That's what we got.
Oh, what a great! Is Frank
film.
Langella alive?
Oh yeah.
Well, there's your Skeletor.
Well,
bring him back. Bring him back.
He did say he'd be back.
Okay.
Should we move on?
Yeah. Guy Ritchie's making young Sherlock Holmes. Speaking of IP, I wanted to put this in to talk about the Chris Columbus one that no one saw.
Yeah,
because that movie fucks.
It does, and J.K. Rowling ripped a substantial amount of it off.
Yes, I think we did a cracked about that or something.
Yeah, I think so.
If anybody wanted to know where J.K. Rowling got her magic ideas, it was
from
apparently
Chris Columbus.
Yeah, and then a touch of, I guess, Nazi Germany without her knowing, when she didn't know that the pureblood stuff
that snuck in there.
Jesus Christ, J.K. More people should know this. Like, if you're a Harry Potter fan, just go watch Young Sherlock Holmes, the 1985 Barry Levinson movie, because that movie fucks. And it has a lot of Harry Potter in it.
Yeah, and I know we've mentioned this before, but it's written by Chris Columbus, who went on to direct the first two Harry Potter movies.
And it's, I believe, 3 young school kids at a school uncovering a sorcery, this magic,
an ancient evil awakening, and a cult that's formed around it. And the students are in peril.
There's something with pictures, I remember.
The stained glass night comes to life. There's magic.
There's a lot of nightmare fuel. Yeah,
it's actually a hallucinogenic drug. But anyway, it's
one of the first CGIs. Is that?
Yes, the stained glass night. Yeah.
Yeah. If they make this show, if Guy Ritchie just pulls from that, I'm in. I'm in for this.
Yeah, it'll be weird as fuck. I mean, Guy Ritchie's kind of on a roll, apparently. The Gentleman is supposedly good. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard good things.
He always he doesn't. I don't always love him, but there's a baseline quality to him where I'm I like this. I always kind of like it, Yeah,
I wanted to see Ungentlemanly Warfare. I haven't watched that one yet.
I need to see that. Yeah, and he is addicted to making things.
He sure is, man. He's cranked out 4 movies in the past. Or 5 movies in the past 4 years.
If we get a headline that's Guy Ritchie dies of thirst, I won't be surprised. He forgot to drink. I get it.
Collapse.
Just dies on set of thirst. Forgets that water is a thing.
Wait.
Yeah. This is Yeah, I bet it's gonna be really good. That's all. Let's
probably
thank
be
some more
fun.
producers.
Let's do it.
Big old thank you to Norm from Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you to Pete for Bagel.
Thank you.
They get a numinal ultra microscopic silico volcanoconiosis anti-disestablishmentarianism Jones.
Thank you.
They get a # Thomas J and the Bees. Still
you.
getting used to that one. Thank you to pre-order Jason Pargin's new book so he can keep making big feats.
Thank you.
Amen. Thank you to Psychic Bigfoot.
The worst kind of Bigfoot.
It's true. Thank you to Rev MD.
Thank you.
Thank you to Ricky Cilantro.
Thank you.
Thank you to Rosemary's Baby from Eraserhead.
It's the one.
Thank you to Screaming Horse Pyramid.
Thank you.
Thank you to Sorry Cop, world's most laughable centrist.
Played by Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. Thank you to Steven.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Thank you to the conveniently placed self-destruct button on the top of everybody's head.
Thank you. All right, let me swoop in here. Thank you to the ghost of Dave Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Midnight Patron with patrons at midnight.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Municipal Medicinal Arsonist.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Oatmeal Savage.
Thank you.
Thank you to the To Be Terror Bunny says the strikes may be over, but egg David Zaslav for fun and profit.
Do it.
Thank you to These 7 Bees.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tiger Drawers Pratt Thompson. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tip Drizzle.
Tip.
Thank you to Tux.
Thank you.
Thank you to Vincent.
Thank you.
Almost skipped Vincent. Thank you to Why Don't You Take a Flying Fuck at the Moon?
Thank you.
Thank you to Yorgos from the island of Crete.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just watched one of your trailers. Thank you to
Yeah.
your mom.
Thank you. Oh, that's it.
Dave.
It's over. Butt stuff, Tom.
Dave.
What?
I know you're recovering from your ordeal.
Yep.
But I do need to ask you a question.
What is it?
Do you have a movie that deserves more hype?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I actually do. Yeah.
What
This,
luck, Dave. Even in your lowest moment, you found the strength
Yeah.
to deliver us a movie that deserves more hype.
I don't know much about this one. I normally have more time to look into these movies, but I found this morning, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to. This also comes out June 11th on VOD, so that's pretty soon.
Oh, shit.
This is called Wild Eyes and Wicked. I think there's something else named that.
Wild-eyed and wicked.
Wild-eyed and Wicked, sorry. I only say that because whenever I Googled it, there'd be like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I only found one review for this, even though it seemed to be in festivals and stuff. The review liked it. I'll just tell you what it's about. Actually, I'm not quite fucking sure what it's about. It's about a young woman who comes home to her dad who's dying. Her mom just died. It's got that standard generational trauma bit in it, which normally doesn't wow me. But in this case, it's about her dressing like a knight and fighting a medieval monster in the woods. So that is the second half. From all accounts, being one account of the film, being one review, the first half of the movie is like a slow burn, like a drama about this woman dealing with the death of her mother, dealing with her father, who I think might be estranged, who is a history guy. And then the second half is her putting on a knight outfit, like she's fucking like Army of Darkness shit, and going out into the woods with a sword and fighting some sort of monster. You sort of see in the trailer, it's like some sort of, I don't know, there's like a zombie Boogan type looking thing.
There's Boogans in it, yeah.
Yeah. The quote from the thing is, "This film is the first time that I've seen generational trauma literally fought in a medieval fashion." So I'm like, okay.
I'm into that.
Yeah. I want to see this woman fight dressed as a knight with a sword.
It's such a cool idea, and it's spooky, too. Like
looks spooky.
The shots of her suiting up in the armor and going out on horseback, riding out into the woods in the middle of the night. It's spooky. Like like I didn't realize that would freak me out. So I kind of want to see like a whole movie about this.
Absolutely. There's something spooky about it. I think because personally for me, the idea of going out with a sword into the woods to slay something has always been a spooky story. It's usually someone who has been, and it feels like this is the same, someone who has been like pushed into it, who's expected to do it, Green Knight style.
Yeah.
And it's always like the woods it's the dark woods. Don't go in the dark woods. It's filled with dark magic and wonder.
Yeah, and wood.
Yeah, and it's that, but modern. And I love that. I kind of love that. That it's like, oh yeah, that like dark forest from like medieval times that didn't go anywhere. It's still
there.
Yeah, and we're living outside of it. That's
Grendel
the vibe.
is still running around in there.
Yeah, you think they took care of that shit? No.
Did you think they called animal control?
Yeah, no. This lady has to deal with it. So like, I don't know, it looks really fucking cool, and I'm kind of like, man, why didn't this get more hype?
Yeah.
Is the question.
I mean, it looks very small. It doesn't look cheap, but it looks very small.
Yeah, it looks indie, but like, yeah, it looks like they put money towards where it counts. Mm-hmm. Is the vibe I get. Where it's like when you see the demon, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me a little bit of the cover for Resident Evil 2, if that makes sense. With the zombie peeking around the corner with his little hand on there. Anyway, no, I'm so curious about this movie. It looks so interesting. Me too. And it's
I'm
a
excited
cool
they
idea.
get to watch it soon.
Yeah, and the images, just the image of her riding into the forest and all this blackness and horseback with her armor on.
Yeah, it looks
pretty sweet. It
looks really cool. So like Google the Wild-Eyed and Wicked. Wild-Eyed and Wicked. Google that plus, I don't know, trailer in case you, or like
2024. Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll find it. And it looks really good.
It does.
It's weird. I don't know. It's weird that I haven't heard anything else about it. So check it out.
Hey, do it. And
we did it.
You know what, Dave? That's a sode.
That's a sode.
Woo! Thank you to Dave's
Guilty.
butt stuff.
34 counts.
34 counts.
Yeah.
Of
guilty.
Of guilty.
Of butt stuff. Guilty of butt stuff. Let's just mix that stuff together. Fuck it.
Oh man. Yeah, that the verdict came right before we started recording.
Yeah, can you tell? Like I said, if you listen to Star Trek: The Next Futurama, you're going to listen to me and Mike learn it.
In real time.
In real time. It's fun.
Oh,
it's fun stuff.
We say things, don't we now? Dave,
yeah,
tell
we usually say thank you to the guest.
The guest
ain't here. So we have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed, GAMEFULLY, unemployed. For just $5 a month, you get access to a bunch of exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and Spiel Boys. Those are all, you get all of those for $5 a month. If you want to kick in a little more, you can watch movies with us every Friday night. That's the night this comes out. I have a feeling I know what we're going to watch, but we usually don't tell people, and we usually try to thematically connect them. We play a game.
We make a game out of it, yeah. See if you can try to guess the connection.
Exactly. So that's fun. You should check it out.
We also have a store. Head over to gamefullyunemployed.com where you can find a link to our Teespring store. We have all kinds of cool original artwork and designs you can get on t-shirts, mugs, stickers, posters, all sorts of things. So slap your wild-eyed peepers onto that. And let's get out of here.
Yeah, may you all do butt stuff.
Yes. May you all have a torrid affair with Zac Efron.
Yes. That. All right, bye.
Bye. Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. Find him on Twitter at @thecorlew or go to shipwrecksailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is by Michael Vincent Bramley. For more of his work, go to mvbramley.art. Episode artwork is by Justin Brown. Available on Twitter as @JustinTBrown or at artnessbyjustinbrown.com. And finally, additional artwork by Starlene Hodge. You can find her work at starlenearts.com or Twitter @StarleneX. Goodbye now.